Hi, everybody. I am doing a quick vlog here. I got tagged by ShakkaPanda regarding a couple questions that he wanted to pass along to people and basically just spread about the internet, much very similar to how Facebook posts would be like, answer these questions and tag your friends and have them answer them, which in this context I think is kind of cool because it allows you, it gives you an opportunity to talk about yourself in a way that isn't really something that happens very often. And I like answering questions. I think it's really cool. So, ShakkaPanda, he tagged me, so I'm going to get going. There's 11 questions total, and it's mostly based around how you create stuff and what you do to create stuff, specifically on YouTube. So, first question, why did you start YouTube? And I started YouTube to post music online. I figured that someday I might be famous. This was me like 8 years ago or something, and be like, I should post my videos online. And so basically I posted them on there because I figured at some point somebody else is going to post them on there, so I might as well get the first dibs on that sweet YouTube money, which really doesn't happen. But I don't even monetize those videos, honestly. It's mostly there just for sharing. But it's cool. It helps people get linked over to my site, and it's really nice to have that ability to draw people into my site rather than somebody else's site. And I started making all these other videos just as kind of a response to all the other videos that I've seen. Like, the Nerd Writer is a really great example of that, who's somebody I really look up to as a channel. He posts just interesting content every week. And I'm trying to do kind of the same thing, just trying to find some series that I like and just kind of talk about those and post that stuff. I know my release schedule's been a little slow lately, and that's because I have a lot going on, unfortunately. Secondly, how did you come up with your YouTube name? My YouTube name is just my name, Ben_Burns, although the underscore is silent in my actual name. So originally my name is bfusion on here. So if you go to youtube.com/bfusion, I believe that sticks you right over into this channel as well, because that's my original name. And bfusion was the name that I used for about 15 years when I got out of high school. Like I graduated for graphic design, and I used bfusion design for a lot of my stuff. And bfusion doesn't really stand for anything. I think it was actually like a model of Nissan that came out a long time ago, or part of like some kind of advertising campaign. It's just like basically my first and last name start with B, so I figured, hey, fusion's a cool word, so let's kind of stick all that together. But I've moved away from that. I've kind of just stuck with my actual name, and I'm cool with that. I really like just having my name out there and doing that. And Abstraction is a completely different story, and that one is, I've had Abstraction for about 20 years now, and yeah, I'm old. And Abstraction is, in a sense, what I really think about what music is. And what music is to me is it's basically a way to visualize sound. It came to me when I was talking to all my friends and my family who listened to one of the songs that I wrote, and they say, oh, well, I see this story, or I hear something, but it reminds me of this. And it made me realize that every person, I'm sorry for getting so, I'm sorry for getting so deep, but it reminded me that every person has their own like experience and like memories and all this other stuff, and listening to the same thing can draw up all these interesting memories from different people. So everybody can basically get their own abstraction of what the music is in their mind, and I think that that's super, super cool, and I've kind of run with that ever since. So I've been working on that front, just building the abstraction brand, or whatever you want to call it. How long have you been doing YouTube is question 3, and I've been doing YouTube I think for like 6 or 7 years now, although I've really gone at it in earnest since January of 2016. So I've been doing YouTube for a long time, but I haven't really been posting any official content for YouTube or recurring content since then, when I started the 2-hour track challenge. Before that, I think it was before that, or the How to Use FamiTracker series kind of showed up around the same time, and that was a really fun series, and really it kind of catapulted me to the, I can't say that I have some kind of stardom, but that's kind of where I am now. I think most of my follows are from the How to Use FamiTracker series, and seriously, guys, thank you so much for that. So what do you use to record? I have the Logitech C920, like every other plebe on the planet. It's basically the bread and butter for most people's recording studios when it comes to either streaming or just basic recording. It's a quality camera and it works really well. I have a Shure SM57 microphone right here, which I like a lot, which is actually routed into a ZE8 mixer over here, and that is routed back into my computer, where I can capture the audio via USB. It's not the perfect setup, but it works for me, especially when streaming, because usually when you have a streaming setup for Windows, when you're working on music production, you need a second computer to capture the audio and render it and do all that other crap. And this room is loud enough with one computer in it. I don't need two. I do actually have a studio tour back at my 250 subscription special. So I'll try to remember to link that down in the description below. But I do talk about a lot of the equipment that I have over here and the equipment I have back there. And yeah, I have a good time with it. It's worth checking out if you're interested in the equipment that I am using currently. The next question, number 5, is what do you use to edit your videos? And I am using HitFilm 3, which is not the ideal solution, I feel. I feel that it works and it's free, but I'm trying to save up to get the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite. And I really, really love the Creative Cloud Suite. I think that it's a great chunk of software if it's not, you know, cost aside. I think it's a really great chunk of software. So I'm working on saving up for that. And my Patreon page is actually helping me with that. And I'm almost to the point where I can purchase it. I have enough money banked where I can buy it for a year and then not worry about it. And hopefully in a year from now, I'll be able to make enough to just buy it every year henceforth. Question 6 is, how did you decide on these tools? Most of them I already had, to be honest. Seeing as I started as a music producer, I already had like microphones and a piano, and I had pretty much everything but the mixer. The mixer was something that I bought specifically for streaming. I guess with the camera as well. I didn't have the camera until I started streaming. I had this really janky old camera for the first streams, and it was pretty gross. And so that was one of the things that I invested in to replace it, and I'm really glad that I did, because a high quality camera is very, very important. On average, how long do you spend on each video for editing? When I'm editing videos like these, it probably takes maybe 1 to 2 times as long as the video length itself. Sometimes I'm able to skip through it and get rid of some of the long parts where I stutter or pause, and I know there's been a couple in this video already. And then really I just throw on some audio in the bottom and I let it go. For a video like this, I don't really have an intro. Like, I don't have an intro video or a clip that I play. It's just going to be starting out being like, hey, everybody. And that's totally cool. I like that I can just kind of sit down and do this kind of stuff ad hoc without having to worry about having all this serious branding behind it that I have to get perfect before I can push this out. I mean, I'm recording this right now at about midnight on Sunday, and I'm probably going to push this out Monday around 10 o'clock because I don't have a video for Monday. Do you make your own thumbnails? Yes, I do. I actually went to college for graphic design and visual communications. So I'm well versed in Photoshop, so I'm able to kind of sit down and pound out any thumbnails or anything else that I need in that regard. Who makes your intro and outro clips? Those are also me. I've been learning HitFilm. I've been doing that on stream for the most part, on the Ben Gets Stuff Done stream that I usually do Saturdays. So yeah, having a background in visual communications and graphic design allows me to have some experience with that software already. So it was really beneficial for me to just kind of sit down and just hammer out how to use HitFilm, which is, all those softwares are similar, so you can kind of sit down and figure it out. And then, did I miss anything? No, I think that's it. So number 11, would you ever quit YouTube? That's a question that it has 2 answers. I would quit YouTube if they change their content ID, or if they change like some kind of functional way, or their system. If they change their system in a way that would be not beneficial to me anymore, where they would either just take all the views or all the money or anything else like that. And I say money, but I think I've made like 70 cents off of ads so far, so it's not like I'm rolling in it over here. But I would quit YouTube, but I wouldn't quit making videos. Like, I would find some other place to post these videos, like Vimeo, or either just locally on my server. I mean, there's plenty of options out there to do that, and I think that I would still have a little bit of a following. Definitely not as much. I mean, I love YouTube because it has such an organic way of bringing people together, and I really, really like that whole system. So yeah, that was the 11 questions that ShakkaPanda posted over to me, and I actually have 3 people that I want to tag that I would be really interested in hearing their responses to. So first one, if I go boop up here, is Untied Games. He's a really cool pixel artist that I would really love to hear his thoughts on these questions, like how he started and how he edits his videos and how he kind of puts it all together. The next one I have is Draz Games, which would also be right there. And he's a cool guy that was actually on the Mandatory Social Interaction show about a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago. I'd really like to hear more about how he gets things going and, you know, just does his things. And finally, and this is a bit of a throw for me, I'd love to hear from Bill Hilton, which would be icon like right here. Bill Hilton is somebody who does wonderful videos on tutorials on piano, jazz piano, cocktail piano. I watch pretty much every video he puts out, and I am subscribed to his Patreon, so I really enjoy the content that he creates, and I would love to hear from him as to just how he does his thing. I think that it would be a really cool thing to hear from him and just kind of learn from his doing. Like he's a fairly large YouTube subscriber, so it would be a big honor for me to actually have him respond to me. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.